going to have pasta for dinner tonight. Oh no! We don't have any noodles! Lucky for me, I know how to make them from scratch. You love noodles, because everyone loves noodles, so you should probably learn how to make noodles. My dad has been making homemade noodles for as long as I can remember, and it's one of the skills that he's passed on to me. So today I'm going to show you how to make homemade noodles. First, we will gather the ingredients you'll need, then we'll mix them together in a batter, and after that I will show you how to form and cook the noodles. First step is to gather your ingredients. What you're going to need is flour, eggs, milk, and salt. To make the batter, first we are going to put in 1 cup of flour. I'm using this butter knife to level off my cup so I don't get too much. There it goes. Next we're going to add 2 eggs. Just give it a nice crack, make sure you don't get any shells in there. There we go. Before I add the next ingredient, I'm going to beat the eggs a little bit so I can break up those yolks. Here we go. Yeah, show that. That's good. Okay, that's looking good. Time to put in 1/4 cup milk. Careful with that, it's kind of hard to pour milk sometimes. Here we go. Now that that's in, I'm going to give it a little more stirring until we start to get the right consistency. Like this. You want to stir it pretty hard and make sure to get the sides so you don't have any chunks in your noodles, because that is gross. No one wants chunky noodles. And finally, I'm going to add a pinch of salt. Now, a pinch is not a real measurement, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. That's probably a pinch. That was a generous pinch. Oh well, it'll still taste fine, I think. I'm going to keep just beating it for a while. And this step actually can take a little bit, because you have to mix it pretty thoroughly to get a good consistency. And what's going to happen right now is I'm going to put this on an electric mixer stand because I don't want to be here all day. You can do it by hand, it'll just take a while. I'm not going to make you watch that step. Actually, I am going to make you watch that step, but only for a little bit. There it goes, that's what's happening. Okay, now it's time for our third and final step, making and baking the noodles. I'm not actually baking them, I'm boiling them. I don't know why I said that. We're going to have about 1 gallon of boiling water on the stove, which I already have because this is a video, so I did it before I started taping. What you're going to do is take your bowl of batter, here it is. You're going to sort of cradle it in your arm above the pot, and before I start I'm going to dip my knife in the water, get it hot, and make cutting easier. But I'm just going to sort of slowly let the batter come this way. It's going to take a minute to get this first noodle. You know what they say, the first noodle's always the hardest. That's not a saying. Okay, and it's right about there. So I'm just going to take my knife and gently slice off a little bit. Tap it, drop it into the water. There's my first noodle. And I'm just going to keep doing that. You can vary your noodle size based on preference. Obviously, a little more dough is going to make a bigger noodle, or a little less dough, like this, is going to make a smaller noodle. I'm getting some wonky shapes here. Oh well, just going to keep going. Here we are. That's going to be a big noodle. Keep going. It's going to take a while to get enough for a meal, but it's not difficult work. I'm going to call that enough noodles for this demonstration, but don't stop videotaping yet, because when you see the noodles start to float, that's when you know they're ready. When that happens, you're just gonna take your little sieve? Strainer, that's the word. You're gonna take your strainer, just scoop your noodles out, and pop them into a pot. Here's some noodles. And there you have it, your very own bowl of homemade noodles. You can eat it with gravy, red sauce, cheese, or even just butter and salt. That's one of my favorite ways. Today you've learned what you need to make homemade noodles, how to combine the ingredients into a batter, and how to take that batter and shape it, and then boil it, and voila! You've learned how to make noodles. Give a man spaghetti and he'll eat for a day. Teach a man how to make homemade noodles and he'll never want for pasta again.